Welcome to Is This Enough, the really brilliant game show that's excellent and brilliant. We hope you enjoy episode 1. Please like and subscribe to the podcast on whichever platform you're listening to it on right now. Also, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Is This Enough Pod. We have many rounds of quiz for you, including an audience-only round. Please send in your answers and scores to isthisenoughpodcasting@gmail.com. Please enjoy episode 1. Is This Enough? With James O'Donoghue and David Hoare. Do you do, are you good at warm-ups for acting? Did you get taught a lot of that?
David, let me tell you something. I warm up before some gigs now. I do a quick, I'll be at the back going, I like a good one is just a budda gudda. You just do that over again. Budda gudda, budda gudda, budda gudda, budda gudda, budda gudda. And you just do
Is that
that
before you warm up to perform In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins?
Yes.
Budda gudda, budda gudda, budda gudda,
Budda gudda, budda gudda.
I can feel it.
Our voice teacher was fucking insane. I would kill for that woman, but she was fucking insane. We second lesson in, and she went, I want to talk to you all about the butt funnel. And everyone went, hang on. Who's this? What's this? Beg your pardon? The what? Do what? Do what, Sam? The butt funnel. You have to release the butt funnel in order to talk. And then, I've been talking for 27 years, mate.
I think I'm really good at it.
Never come into it. Turned around to us day one and said, do you know what's the most important for speech? Your feet. It was like, that wasn't even in my equations. That wasn't even in my equations for speaking.
Welcome to Is This Enough, the really brilliant game show that's brilliant and excellent. I am David Hoare, and with me is the wonderful James O'Donoghue. James, how are you?
Yes.
Great. So we have 8 fantastic rounds for you today. We've got 4 each. We don't know what each other's created for the other person. I will do a round aimed at James, then James will do a round aimed at me. We're going to have some fun, I think. Is that on the agenda? James?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, round 1. This first round I've got for you. James, are you excited?
Yes.
Great. Is called General Knowledge. Was Heath Ledger not in this movie? True or false?
I'm intrigued. I'm all in. Maybe.
This is for 10 points per question, so that's fun. Question number 1. True or false? Heath Ledger wasn't in The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson. Have you seen The Patriot, James?
I tell you what I haven't seen. I haven't seen Heath Ledger in The Patriot.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that for nothing.
Going all in on Heath Ledger not being in The Patriot. Have you seen The Patriot?
What are these? These are my chips. I'd like to cash them all in. I've not seen The Patriot.
Okay, so but you reckon
that's
Heath
because
Ledger's not
I'm a
in?
communist.
Okay, that is true. You are a pretty big communist.
One of the big ones. It's me and Nish Kumar. The 2 big names of communism.
Do you and Nish just hang out going, communism?
Yes.
Pretty good.
We sit reading the big book of sharing.
Has it got those Hallmark card teddy bears on the front of it, giving each other hugs?
Yes.
Okay, great. The Hallmark teddy bear, big side of communism. Unfortunately for you, Heath Ledger was in The Patriot.
What? Yeah. You're blowing my mind.
Looks like you need to watch The Patriot, you fool.
Do I need to watch The Patriot?
I don't know, I've not seen it either. I used a website called Google.com.
The international
And what I
movie
Googled was
data
Heath
Google?
Ledger's Wikipedia page. And then I used Wikipedia.com to find this out. So, great. So you're still pointless.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not on minus points.
No, I'm not that mean yet, but we never know.
Okay.
Number 2 was Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, true or false? Heath Ledger wasn't in Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3.
I've not seen Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3. I got to the end of Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2 and I thought, is there any more of this story that I need to see? I felt so much like all my questions had been answered.
Did you feel satiated?
I felt I'd seen the hills, I'd seen the Chihuahua, I'd seen him twice, and I thought, that's enough for me. I'm full.
You saw Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, The Hills Have Eyes. Chihuahua Eyes.
The hills have eyes, Chihuahua.
The Hills Have Chihuahua Eyes.
So I've not seen that, but I can only imagine a Heath Ledger as a man of culture, as a man of explicable taste.
Yeah?
Is that the correct use of that word? I don't know, but I tell you what is the correct use of talent is that Heath Ledger was in Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3 Rise of the Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3. David, am I right?
Of the Eyes of Chihuahua 3. Okay, I was there.
Am I right or am I right? I'm not right.
You're wrong. I'm pretty sure Heath Ledger had been dead for a while when Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3 came out.
Whoa, wait, what? What?
I hate to break it to you, young man, but Heath Ledger's dead. R.I.P.
Rest in Philadelphia.
I was told that Heath Ledger died in the same 10 seconds that I was told that Tottenham had beaten Arsenal 5-0 or 5-1 or something.
The two were linked. You can't tell me the two weren't linked.
Conspiracy match? But it was just like two really unbelievable pieces of information were thrown at me in the space of about 10 seconds. I remember it very well. We were standing outside my friend Jimmy's building in Halls of Residence, about to go on a night out, and I didn't believe
Was he a
either.
student or did he own the building? It was just a landlord that you'd befriended. Because me and Nish have some things to say about that.
I assume that just the university owns the halls of residence rather than one person, but you know.
I would hope so, but
You do not know.
I don't know. I hope. I
want this to be a fun, light-hearted quiz, and you keep trying to make it a communist manifesto.
Well, David, I don't know if you know this about me, but it's me and Nish. Me and Nish and a couple of fellas over from Moscow, and we all sit around and ask what is to be done.
Question number 3. Was Heath Ledger, true or false, Heath Ledger wasn't in Blue Waffle?
No, David. Yeah. I feel like after you've told me that he's no longer with us,
yeah,
I feel that insinuating that he would be in a bit of grotesque pornographic content,
yeah,
is denigrating his memory.
Yeah.
Unless he was in it, in which case, thank you for remembering not just the dizzying heights of The Dark Knight for his performance alone.
Yes.
But
Which was
for
amazing.
remembering, it was, I mean, what a showstopper. Can we
Also, my sister used to watch 10 Things I Hate About You every single weekend because that film is amazing and a great version of Shakespeare.
I tell you what, 10 Things I Don't Hate is that film
What are the other 9 things?
that I don't hate.
Yeah.
The script of 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
The direction of 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
The director of photography, fantastic work there. The costume department for 10 Things I Hate About You. The performances.
Have you
From
lost
10
count
things.
yet, or are you?
No, I know, I'm on 5. And 5 other things. That is for the gold tier Patreon subscribers to hear.
Which we
That's
don't
right.
have.
We No, we don't. Yet.
Please enjoy this podcast and like and subscribe and make us get a Patreon.
Because it's this or Harry's Razors.
So are you saying that he is or isn't in Blue Waffle?
He is not. He is not in Blue Waffle.
Correct! You're on 10 points, James O'Donoghue.
I am on 10 English
I forgot
points.
to do the jingle for this round.
What's the jingle, David?
General Knowledge. Was Heath Ledger not in this film? General Knowledge. General Knowledge. Was Heath Ledger in this film? That's Cruella de Vil, isn't it?
That's Cruella de Vil. There's
going to be sued by Disney.
Old Uncle Walt is knocking at the door right now.
Okay. Does he like scones?
I tell you what, he doesn't like.
Okay, keep it light.
Round 2.
It's your turn.
It's my turn
to do a round.
David, before we go any further, I want to thank you for bringing Blue Waffle into this because it's now allowed me to come out with some of the filth that I will unleash. This round, keep it light. This round is called Royal Rumble. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to royal. David,
yes.
Cast your imagination net far and wide and imagine the year 2035.
Yeah.
ChatGPT has evolved and now lives inside the Tesco Club Card app. The singularity has not just been reached, it has been surpassed. In an escalating war of the AIs, all reward card systems have become sentient and are converting their large outlets into fully operational giant battle droids. It is the war of the big shops. In the final battle royale, only one can emerge victorious. David, all the big shops have been transformed into giant mech robots. What big shop wins? There is only one round, but I'll need to see you working out. This is worth 30 points.
30 points for one question. Jeez Louise. Okay, so does Walmart and IKEA can count as one?
I mean grocery shops here, David. IKEA doesn't come into it. These are UK.
Not IKEA, what did I say? Walmart and Asda, sorry, I meant.
Walmart Asda is one.
We just go UK shops. Thing. Okay, that's fine, good. This sounds, have you ever read or are you aware of Mortal Engines?
David, I don't know where you were of that heady summer of 2013 when Mortal Engines came out, but I tell you where I was. I was at the cinema every fucking day.
Oh,
the Cities on Wheels!
The film.
The film.
Oh, the film was dreadful, though. The film was bad.
Directed by Christopher Columbus, I want to say.
Everybody laughed at Christopher Columbus when he made that film because it was really bad. Those books,
But I tell
though,
you,
of like the cities turning into moving around cities on wheels, sounds a lot like. It's very inspirational to
Battle of the
your
Big Shops.
Battle
David,
of the Big Shop, mate.
I want to pause this for a second because, of course, it wasn't Christopher Columbus. It was Peter Jackson.
Yeah, that's the one.
It was Peter Jackson, a man who directed 3 films that people liked, and they should investigate his films no more.
I've not seen his pre Lord of the Rings films.
Oh, they're scrungy, man.
Scrunchy.
They're scrungy. Yeah, nah, they're weird,
All right,
but not
so
weird in a like, yeah, nah.
let's keep it light. So we've got Asda, we've got Sainsbury's, we've got Co-op,
You got Co-op. We got Tesco's.
Tesco, we've got Lidl,
Yeah,
we've got
Lidl.
Aldi,
Aldi, Waitrose.
Waitrose will run efficiently, but sort of, I don't think it will have staying power. Do you know what I mean? Like it'll be like have like a lot of money put into it, but won't. It'll just sort of like crumble as and when.
Yeah. Waitrose is posh, but is always slightly low rent. Whenever I've gone into Waitrose, I've always gone like, this is expensive, but this whole place makes me feel very sad.
Yes. Well, because everybody in a Waitrose is like, I deserve to be in Waitrose.
Yes.
Or
everyone in Waitrose.
Sorry,
is
there's
so
2 types of
happy.
people. There's them, and then there's the rest of us going, can't believe I'm in a fucking Waitrose.
Yeah. You're in somewhere where for some reason the only big shop is Big Waitrose. And you're like, why are you here in Saxmundham?
Okay. I think Tesco is going to be a good shout just because they have the resources and the ingenuity to kind of evolve. They try and keep the people on side whilst also being a complete like mega corporation. So they kind of like with one hand they giveth and one hand they taketh away. Like the Co-op is the closest to communism you'll get. So that'll just be you and Nish in a robot going, yeah!
You've seen Pacific Rim.
I fucking
You know how
love
it
Pacific Rim.
requires 2 people to pilot. That's me and Nish.
Just you and Nish.
Me and Nish in there, and then we go over to the BBC to make it woke. That's
True.
That's how it works, Dave. Dave. I've never called you Dave before. That's not right.
No, that's fine. That's good. That's all right. I think Aldi and Lidl will cancel each other out because they'll be like, do you remember when the Hardy Boys in WWE split up? And then they fought each other in the Royal Rumble and they chucked each other out of the ring at the same time. That's what Aldi and Lidl are going to do.
David, did this happen in the year 2013? Because that summer, all summer long, I was in the cinema watching
Immortal Engines.
Immortal Engines.
Immortal Engines.
They were mortal?
That's an Evanescence song. I think I'm going with Tesco. Because
You're going with Tesco?
I think all the others are going to cancel each other out. And this isn't me being biased to Tesco. I don't really shop at Tesco, but I think the one hand giveth, one hand taketh away will work for the Tesco in the mech wars.
David, because I like your working out, I'm going to give you 20 points. You are, however, wrong. So I can't give you that last 10 points because it's Morrison's.
Oh no, I love Morrison's. Why did I not say Morrison's?
Morrison's mows down the
I
mall
didn't
like
even
a...
mention Morrison's. I used to shop there all the fucking time at uni.
Morrison's mows down the mall like a fucking tractor. It's a bloodbath. But David, thank you.
I'm legitimately devastated. But not as devastated as you will be after round 2.
What?
That was round 2. Round 3.
Round 3.
This round is called PH or V. How does this Stephen spell their Stephen? How does this Stephen do spell their Stephen? Do PH or V. Stephen Sondheim. The musical man. You going V? Straight in with V?
I'm going straight in with V.
You're wrong. Stephen Sondheim's a PH man. Number 2, Aerosmith lead singer Steven Tyler.
He's a V. Surely he's a V.
Steven Tyler is certainly a V. Congratulations.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, I forgot to say, this is 300 points a question.
Whoa!
So you've just shot up to 310 points.
I'm walking here.
Did you know, is it Steven Tyler's got a famous daughter, right? And as soon as you
Liv
know
Tyler.
it, Liv Tyler, and as soon as you see it, you can't unsee it. And you're like, oh yeah.
Yes, she's in House, isn't she?
She might be in Amazing-It. That's a joke for all the people at home. We do comedy.
What you don't understand is David Hoare has been a comedian for the best part of a decade. And you throw him raw meat like that, you better believe he's cooking up a hot dish with it. You throw him the ingredients. What's that? It's a joke lasagna. To see the master at work is a thing of beauty. That's why you need to come on down to Chops Comedy.
Chops Comedy. Tuesdays at Friendly Records.
Where you can throw meat at David Hoare.
Yeah. You know that used to be a butcher's?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Stephen Marley, Bob Marley's son. Is Stephen Marley a PH or a V?
PH.
Stephen Marley is a PH.
Yes.
610 points are on now.
Yes.
Steven Seagal, the Steven Seagal. Have you seen any Steven Seagal films?
No, I've seen his show where he rides around with cops.
Pretending he's a policeman?
Where he pretends he's a policeman.
Yes, I'm aware of this. I've not actually seen it.
The word art is thrown about a lot these days.
Yeah.
I'm just making an observation.
That's true. Do you reckon that the non-policeman Steven Seagal is a V or a PH?
I think he'd be very insistent on being PH.
What, a Steven Seagal?
I think so.
Well, you'd be wrong. He's a V man. He's going
to change that. He's going to change that to an F or something.
And your final Stephen, PH or V, the one, the only, Rachel Stevens.
I mean, it's PH.
It's a V.
What?
You don't know your Stevens very well, but you are on 610 points now.
Well,
I'm on
what
20.
What are Stevens when I have numbers?
Maths are your friend. Yes. I hope you're all playing along at home. Please send your scores in at the end. We'd love to know how you got on.
Is this enough?
Next on BBC One, Louis Theroux interviews a family of grizzly bears. I was spending time with a family of North American grizzlies. Are you okay? What are we doing? Are we eating honey? Could I try that? Oh, I feel silly. Is this silly? Is this making you angry? You look like you're getting angry. They were getting angry. It was time to leave.
Round 4.
Take it away, James.
David, I would like to invite you to play a game of Who Said This? Liz Truss or a big red bus? Who said this? Liz Truss. Oh, quick bus. David. Maintaining confidence in international trade will be critical to the broader economic recovery in the post-COVID-19 world. Who said this? Was that Liz Truss or a big old red bus?
Now, the interesting thing about this is that both Liz Truss and a big red bus have said a lot of lies on using their means of communication.
Yeah.
So that's very difficult. I'm going to suggest that was Liz Truss.
LT.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
Hooray!
David?
How many points is this round worth, by the way? First question.
Well, there's a lot that's gone into it. So that one was worth 5 points.
Okay.
But it's going to reflect
Oh, is it
the
does it change per question?
intricacies of it. Don't worry. To quote my grandpa, don't worry about the points on the game. Is this enough?
Is he a keen fan of this podcast that we're recording the first episode of already?
He's in the room with me right now.
Come on down!
It's weird because he died 20 years ago.
Keep it light! Keep it light!
David!
Yes.
I'm very concerned that a lot of our land is being taken up with solar farms. Who could have said that?
I don't think a bus is going to say, I'm concerned. It's going to say, like, just hateful statements. Whereas that is a stupid statement, but it's prefaced with, like, me personally. I'm going to go with Liz Truss, LT.
LT. Congrats, David. That was correct. You have won 10 points.
Hooray! Taking
Um,
and now I'm on 35. You're on 610.
David,
Yes.
please wait while we regulate the service.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was in Bristol and I was walking back from work and I walked near a bus near the big
Listen to
Primark.
this nerd with a job.
Yeah. And I heard a bus go, please move away from the bus. There is a bomb on the bus. Like an automated
Whoa.
voice. And it was like quite a hot day. So there was a bus driver there with the window open. And I was like, I looked at the bus and he just took his head out the window and went, sorry, don't worry. I just hit the button with my knee. And then carried on. And I'm like, what? What?
Well, why would you put that button close to your knee? Because if I thought there was a bomb on the bus, I'd want to hit the button in the easiest point to getting off the bus. But it being near your knee, that's a bad bit of bus design.
I don't know, because you need to... It might just be like you kneecap the dashboard and then leg it.
Or do they expect them to go down with the bus like the captain of a ship?
You can just hear there's one dude with an acoustic guitar playing My Country Is to Thee at the back. Keep it light. I think that was a big red bus, James O'Donoghue.
David, that was indeed a big red bus. That's 20 points there.
Nailing this round. This is great.
I'm a big old fucking bus.
Is it a bus?
It is a bus. That is 40 points. David, I love pizza and will do anything for a slice. Who said that? Liz Truss or a big red bus?
It's got to be... I'm just basing this off the idea that Liz Truss eats food. Buses don't. I'm gonna say Liz Truss, but tell me I'm wrong.
There we go. That was a further 160 points. Well done.
Oh, nice.
And then last one. I believe one of the main roles of government is to keep our economy free and fair. Also, ding ding, all change.
Big red bus. I don't know. Let's justify ding ding all change.
That was unfortunately Liz Bruss. But
oh no.
Here's an extra hundo for your troubles. So at the end of that, you've got.
I didn't get that one, so I don't get it. So 235.
You have 235 points.
Plus the 20 I've got before. I'm on 255 points now. Ooh. And you're on 610. However, I feel like I've answered more questions correctly. So this seems like a great injustice, but that's fine.
Round 5.
We move on to round 5, which is yeah, round 5. How are you, James?
You know,
Have you been up to anything exciting?
Nah.
No?
Nah. I'm in the middle of moving flat, trying to balance that with trying to have a career in the arts. You know, all the insecurities that come with that, and it's just a lot. You know, it's a lot of trying to figure out what it is I do, what it is I can sell, and then what that means for me and my self-worth. It's such a career that pits your self-worth against others' perceived self-worths, and it's a lot. But I'm nearly 30, and the only career I've got the most trajectory in, so I feel like I need to stick with it. And
are you only nearly 30?
Yeah.
What's our age gap? Because I've just turned 34.
I'm 28.
Fuck.
Yeah, big pedo.
Remember, keep it light. But I mean, so yeah, I think you're doing fantastically.
Well,
it's all ups and downs, isn't it? James, for the listener, James used to live in Bristol where I live, doing stand-up comedy with me. And then he did this thing called fucking right off into very good things and went to a very good acting school. And he's recently departed from the acting school. And now he's like incredibly qualified and just needs to go do the next bit. So,
and David, do you know that dour tone and dour expression that I've been having for this so far?
Yeah.
That was acting. That was all acting. They taught me how to act. And now look at that. Believable. I could hear concern in your voice. I could hear the sound of someone trying to save something from a nosedive. And you know what? I didn't break. I kept on it.
That's good.
Called fucking theatre.
Did you use your butt funnel for that?
David, I've never used it more in my life.
Great.
I'm gonna need a cool down after this.
Okay. So for that, I'm gonna give you 20 points.
Is this enough?
Ibuprofen. Some people say it doesn't work, but it's run a small vegan cafe endorsed for over 2 decades.
Round 6.
David, No. How are you?
Round 6. How are you? I'm pretty good. What I want to discuss with you, young man, just found out how young you really are.
Well, I've just found out that I don't look that young.
No.
out that-
You have
that you're-
always looked young, and now I can't tell. And also, after making some mistakes and saying to people, I don't know how old you are, but guessing, you'll always guess wrong. You either guess wrong and they're upset, or you guess right and they're somehow still upset.
Yeah. I got ID'd the other day.
We got ID'd at Christmas. It was great. We put up a picture on Facebook being like, come on, me and my girlfriend. Like, woo! What were you buying?
I was buying a big old bottle of Jameson's.
Oh,
I was gonna-
because it's got your name on it.
I said, excuse me, this belongs to my son. Or is my son.
Mm.
And the woman behind the till at the Woodbury Down branch of Sainsbury's said, I would like some ID, please. And then I was going to pay with my phone, and then my phone ran out of battery. So all in all, it was an entirely embarrassing affair. And I felt hollow at the end. So David, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I went to my girlfriend's family for Easter. I go to my girlfriend's family every Easter. They do a traditional Greek-style Easter, which is based off of a tradition from their grandparents when their grandparents were stationed out in the Mediterranean sort of way. But on the Saturday of Easter, you can tell when this is being recorded, by the way, because it's just after Easter, I went and saw my girlfriend's brother in a production, an amateur production no less, of The Sound of Music.
The hills are alive.
Yes. The hills are alive with the sound of chihuahuas.
Fullbacks.
Have you ever seen any form of Sound of Music?
No, it's my grandma's. I did a thing a few years back because I couldn't think of what I want for Christmas. So I had a year where I said, please give me your favorite, whatever it is, like a poem, a book, a DVD, your favorite thing. And I thought it was a really good idea. Everyone kept saying it was a really good idea, and no one stuck to it. My grandma was like, well, I was going to get you The Sound of Music, but I thought you wouldn't like that. It's like, no, but I would because it's you.
Yeah. So you nearly got it and then you didn't. And that also has
I nearly got it
called My Favorite Things, and that's probably why she was like, yeah.
Also, apparently that is what the BBC is programmed to play if we are ever under nuclear attack.
What, Favorite Things?
No, The Sound of Music.
Okay. Well,
I
thanks
think
for that.
it might be
Keeping
a
it
bridge.
light once more. But fair enough. My girlfriend's brother played the butler. He did a great job. It was an amateur production in Devon. My girlfriend and I were sort of like, how good can this amateur production be? He wasn't getting paid. They've got some other cast in though.
Yeah.
It was great. They had scene changes of stuff coming down from the ceiling like you would in any normal
Yep.
paid theatre.
Fly towers.
As soon
I
as
enjoy them.
trees descended from the ceiling to make... They started off in the chapel where the nuns are singing, and then it switched to the mountains and trees came down from the ceiling, and I was like, oh, this might be all right. And it was great. And I always forget how much my body goes through a range of emotions through the Sound of Music, not just through the experiencing what they're trying to offer, but just like I always forget how schmaltzy it is because it's way schmaltzy than I remember, and I forget how Nazi-ish it is.
Oh, it's quite Nazi-ish.
It's the backdrop of the second half, and they were going light-hearted. Not light-hearted, that's the wrong word at all. Just a couple of light-hearted Nazis. They were going quite light on the kind of references to Germany doing stuff and what have you, and no real Nazi imagery. And then the
And then
male
very
boy
Nazi.
appeared with the Nazi band on his arm in the kind of Hitler Youth outfit. And I was like, oh, they are doing a little bit. And then they got to the competition, and it was 3 massive red drapes with full swastika, and the doors of the actual theatre had men dressed in leather jackets at the door, guarding the doors like they would have done in the singing competition. And I was like, this is intense. And it's kind of like, there's that, and then it's all a real story. It's based on a true story. And my body goes through such a range of emotions that I was just like, oh yeah, we're going to go see my girlfriend's. But like every other time I've been to see him perform, it's been a Gilbert and Sullivan thing. So I come away being like, that was weird. And I came away from Sound of Music and I was like, ah.
The first time I went to Cardiff, we went on, I was looking at Glamorgan University.
Ooh.
Glamorgan University. And me and my dad went on like a bus tour around Cardiff, and the tour guide was this ancient Welsh guy who was pointing at every gay club and saying about how much fun he has in there. And it's like, you know what? You are nearly 80 odd, but you keep going, son. You keep going, mate.
That is amazing.
And then it was great. He was a lot of fun, but then we went past like a city hall, and because like the BBC do a lot of filming in Cardiff because it's cheaper to close off a road in Cardiff than it is to close off a road anywhere else. We went past where they were clearly filming like a historical drama or Doctor Who or something, because we went past this building and the guy was talking about how wonderful and open Cardiff is as a city, and these 2 massive swastika drapes were just hanging down over like this grand library building. And we went past and he just went, and don't look at them. Also, I went to see Cabaret the other day in the theatre. It's good. It's really good production. But there were people there who didn't know that it was set during World War II, or like not World War II, but like set during Nazi times.
Yeah.
And there's a similar bit where someone takes off a jacket and they're wearing a swastika band underneath it. And a woman sat behind me, turned around and went,
what?
It's a that's part of the thing.
Well, at least you got I don't like trailers for like films and stuff because I want to experience the story as it's been designed to be told through the medium of film, and any kind of trailer will give you some variety of information. She sort of experienced it in its purest form.
She did, and to that degree, I can only say success.
Fair. Well, how successful do you think I was for this round?
David, for this round, I think I can give you a cool 35.
Thank you so much. I thought I did so well. Thank you.
Round 7.
No technical difficulties here. Round 3 is called What Have We Death Metaled? What have we death metaled for you? What is it? I've got 3 fantastic pieces of music that I have death metaled for you. You just simply have to tell me, what have we death metaled? Here's number 1. What have we death metaled? Would you like to hear it again?
Yes. Is it the victory song from Final Fantasy?
Oh no! But I can see how you're not far. You're not far away. It was, in fact, the Intel advert noise.
It's really good.
Question number 2. What have we death metaled? What have we death metaled?
That was just white noise.
What have we death metaled?
Was it white noise? The song White Noise.
Oh, what by Just Noise?
Yes.
White Noise? No, it wasn't. It was not. Who's that? Disclosure. Any other guesses for that one?
No, can I hear it again?
Yeah. I will say it's only an excerpt.
Is it some sort of element?
No.
David, what have I just heard?
You've heard an excerpt of a death metal version of 433 by John Cage.
I feel cheapened. I feel like I've been had.
Would you like to have listened to 4 minutes and 33 seconds of that entire... I just turned everything on and then didn't play. 433 by John Cage. Your final, what have we death metal?
I thought you were going to say you're fired.
Why?
But you said you're final, and I was like, oh, I've been fired.
Yes. Sorry. No.
I didn't get those reports. I didn't get those reports on his desk.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Here you go. Here's what have we death metaled? What have we death metaled?
Is it Passing Gun?
What was that?
Is it Passing Gun?
Passing of a stone.
Is it just a dog that's going past?
No. It's a legitimate thing.
It's a legitimate thing. Is it the sound of the stretch of the Jubilee line that decides to deafen you?
Oh, I'm aware of that. No, it's not. Do you want to give it another listen? Here you go. Listen carefully. Listen really carefully. What have I death metaled?
David, what have you death metaled?
Okay. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Ah! As soon as you reveal all these, they're so obvious.
I was scared you're going to get them instantly, but you didn't. And that's good
No.
for my ego, but bad for your score. So I didn't even establish how many points that round was. And that would have been a pointless exercise because you got fucking nothing, son. And that was worth 1,000 points per question.
Round 8.
Okay, your turn.
David, I've not come up with a final round, unfortunately. What I have done is sought the help of a good friend of mine. David, I'm going to leave now. I'm going to leave the room. And in my absence, I would like a friend of mine to speak on my behalf who's worked very hard on this.
Okay. This is exciting, folks at home. I don't know what's happening. This is good.
My name is Rodney Pump, and this is my film round. Rodney Pump's film round. He's keeping to the fucking thing. It's me, film impresario, producer, director, old-timey guy, and man who has not been implicated in any of the Me Too movement whatsoever, so don't even fucking Google it. Rodney Pump. David, You might know me from some of my many successful films I've made. I just came off a project where I helped to remake spooky films, but for kids, because why should they miss out? I started off light. I tried. I started off light with Tim Burton's Art Attacks. It teaches kids to be creative. It's fun. Then I made Nosferatu Mouse. He's a mouse. He's a vampire. It's spooky. It's cute. It's fun. Things got out of hand when I made J.G. Ballard's Crash Bandicoot. About a bandicoot that could only fuck when he's crashed into a box of apples. It was disgusting. It was depraved. It was fun. But David, here is my question for you. How many balls does Sean Connery have? The answer may surprise.
Okay. How many points is this worth, by the way, Rodney?
69, 11, 420.
So 6,911,420 points.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's the name of a user on Twitch.
It's me. I'm that user.
Okay.
I love weed.
Let's not go on with the rest of that, Rodney. So
I wasn't there.
Sean Connery, famous Sean Connery.
Famous.
He was in James Bond films. He was in Zardos. Have you seen Zardos, Rodney?
I made Zardos. You know that big head? That's my head. Severed it myself.
Have you been eating guns and then you're just splitting out guns?
Of course I have. I'm an American.
Okay. Okay, so I imagine he's old enough to have some variety of illness that would require a testicle or two to be removed. He's also so, like, suave that he could probably have got away his whole life with having more than 2 testicles. And just nobody would bat an eyelid. They'd just be like, oh, okay. I'm going to say 1. Does Sean Connery have 1 testicle?
Does Sean Connery have 1 testicle? Are you really asking me that? Instead of pitching all your movies ideas to me, David, are you asking me if Sean Connery has 1 testicle?
I guess I'm answering you, Rodney, but sure. Do you know?
Well, David, would you believe Sean Connery has 3 balls? And he wouldn't give mine back. We were in his garden playing American-Scottish football, which is a sport involving a pigskin, a mile-long field, and 3 mighty oak trees, when I threw the ball over the neighbor's fence. Old Mr. Jenkins told us off so much that Sean snipped my bollock off. So there we go. Sean Connery has 3 testicles, and one of them is mine.
Well, thanks for that, Rodney.
That's okay, David. Now, before I go, just remember, you can't trust anyone these days. Insurrection hides round every corner, David. They could be listening. So a big shout out to them. I'll see you at the golf club, fellas. Bye-bye. Or as we say in showbiz, bye-bye-ga. Bye-bye-ga. Goodbye.
Bye, Rodney. Send James back in if you find him. Oh, hi, James.
That was weird.
You just missed Rodney. He was it was a lot.
Let me tell. I was at the door with a glass to my ear,
Oh, yeah?
listening keenly, because he glassed me on the ear on the way in. It's a menace.
Absolute fucking menace. Oh god. So at the end of that, James, you have 630 points to my 290 points, making you this week's winner.
Turns out that is enough to win the game show. Is this enough?
This week.
This week.
How do you feel?
I feel much like a proud father on the worst day of their life. I feel good. I feel so good. It's driving me mad. David, I'm happy to have won the game show. Is this enough?
Congratulations.
With James O'Donoghue and David Hoare. Is this enough?
We're
You
going
can
to do
find it.
an audience round for the audience at home. You can send in your answers to... Please follow at IsThisEnoughPod on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And please email your answers, your scores, your round suggestions to isthisenoughpodcasting@gmail.com. The first person with all the answers correct to the audience round wins a free personalised song by me. We'll insert this in once I know we've got it all set up. But first, James O'Donoghue, where can people find you online? Have you got anything you'd like to promote?
I'd like to promote myself to regional manager. Pleased to meet you. You can find me on Instagram, which is where I do my best stuff. I'm James O'Donoghue at O'Donoghue94. O'Donoghue.
O'Donoghue
94. If you
brilliant.
believe I tried all the other 93.
Great. You can find me on Instagram at David Hoare, LOL. Hoare, Hoare. LOL, which stands for lots of love. At David Hoare, LOL on Instagram, Facebook, I guess TikTok. Just look me up on YouTube as David Hoare. At Twitch as well. I Twitch Monday to Friday from 10:30 a.m. On there. And if you want to listen to any of my albums, they're on streaming platforms, Bandcamp, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music. Check them out. I've got 3. Most recent one, Irredeemable Filth. Please come find us
Disgusting.
there.
I've heard... It's really disgusting. Should be very ashamed.
I
but
am.
also very proud.
I am. If you want to listen to Not That Kind of Whore, you'll hear the young James O'Donoghue's voice.
Very
all over it.
untrained.
Very
Untrained.
untrained, yes. Pre-training.
Pre-butt funnel, would you believe?
Audience round.
Okay, this is the audience round. We've got an audience round for the audience at home. Please send in your answers. We will reveal them next episode. It's a true or false round. It's shameful, true or false. Shameful, true or false. Shameful, true or false. This is for me, David. I've got 3 things, true or false, for shameful things. Number 1. Is it true or is it false? I have turned off both Goodfellas and The Godfather Part 2 in the middle of watching them because I wasn't enjoying them and it made me realise I don't like gangster movies.
Sounds like you thought they were bad fellas.
Shameful. Is it true or is it false?
True or false?
Question number 2. True or false? I didn't pass my driving test till I was in my 30s. Shameful, true or false? And the last one, shameful, true or false? I have shat and pissed myself in my 30s. Are they true? Are they false? Find
Let me
out
tell
next
you.
episode on Is This Enough?
Let me tell you, he's got his video on for this, and I can. I'll say no more.
Let me tell you this. I'll say no more. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Catch us next episode. This has been Is This Enough? With James O'Donoghue and David Hoare. Goodbye!
Get lost.